As I scanned the internet, I seen a lot of different dream matches or crossovers between many franchises, especially crossing over with the big three, Tekken, Street Fighter, and King of Fighters, but I failed to find a true crossover between Street Fighter and Virtua Fighter. Well, I will be glad to be one of the few to propose these two fighters going against each other. This is my dream roster for Street Fighter x Virtua Fighter. So, let's get into it. Now, to be fair, it would be unlikely for these two games to be put against each other, but one could have said that about Tekken as well. I mean, they also were in Project Cross Zone, which gained a sequel, so they seem to work together well. With that being said, I will take away the middleman, which is Namco, and put these two straight against each other by creating a roster for this hypothetical game. The roster size would be 60 characters, 30 characters from Virtua Fighter and Street Fighter each. Here are the characters I chose. Dream roster. From the Street Fighter side, I have Ryu, Ken Masters, Chun-Li, Cammy, Luke, Zangief, Momotaro, Jin, Dhalsim, Jamie Shu, Karen Kanzuki, Shurjion, Crimson Viper, Laura Matsuda, Sakura Kasagano, Alex, Edmund Honda, Guile, Geki Clan Ninja, Rashid, JP, Colin, Balrog, Yuri Han, Vega, Abel, Mexeth, M. Bison, La Lupa, and Seth. On the Virtua Fighter side, I have Akira Yuki, Kagemaru, Pai-chan, Sarah Bryant, Jackie Bryant, Wolf Hawkfield, Jeffrey McWild, Lao Chan, Shun Di, Lion Raffaele, Aoi Yumano Koji, Leifei, Vanessa Lewis, Brad Burns, Eileen, El Blaze, Takarashi, Colonel Moreno, Yellow Hagakure Ninja, Majid Abdul, Liu Kowloon, Nyan, Hagain, Go Hinogami, Jean Kujo, Jimmy Gates, Isabel Hauer, Liu Kowloon, V. Dural, and Kuhn. With this being my final choices for the roster, let's talk about the final boss and how they came to be. Final boss. After the fall of Sin and Shadaloo, Judgment 6 recruits the remnants of Sin and continues their Bleach project. They brought in a damaged Seth number 21 body and hired Eva Durix to create a new Dural. She decides to use her new tech to rebuild the body of Seth with Satin Hammer and transfer Seth number 15's mind back into the new body, leaving the doll unit 0 body mindless. Now that Seth is back, he works with J6 to host a new world fighting tournament to draw in the warriors who have been a problem for J6 and SIN, then defeat them for good. Eva and Hammer then finish a new Dural model by using the doll unit Zer body, calling her doll unit S Dural. With data from the Virtua Fighter crew and the Street Fighter crew, this warrior may be unstoppable. As the final boss, she will have 2 phases. The first phase would be in her silver mode, with her attacks representing a mixture of both Street Fighters and Virtua Fighter characters. For the final phase, doll unit S Dural will turn gold and have a few moves from both sides, but some original moves, making her a new character essentially. The boss fight would be Seth and Kuhn from the Fighting Viper series. The hidden boss fight that would replace Seth and Kuhn would be Akuma and Onimaru, which leads us into the DLC characters. DLC characters. We left the roster with 60 characters, with more characters than I thought I would find. Now I did find a few more and wanted to put them into the DLC characters. These characters are Akuma, Baldwin, Abigail, Gunlock, and Burning Batsu from the Street Fighter side. Onimaru, Tsukikage, Giant Warrior, Tough Wrestler, and URA Bond from the Virtua Fighter side. Although Abigail, Gunlock, and Batsu are not from the Street Fighter series, while Kun and Bon are not from the Virtua Fighter, they still have a connection to them and would be my gateway into the next game of this What If crossover series. OUTRO. To be honest, writing a full story for this game would be fun, as I have a good one in mind to make the Soul Edge fragment make sense. These characters are some of my favorite characters from both sides. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments which character you agree with and which ones you don't. Tell me which characters I missed and which ones you think should be replaced. Until next time, Warriors.